Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Deja B. I want to say thank you to my subscribers and those that have been watching. Today I will be sharing the top 3 haunted places. Like always, I will post new content 1 to 2 times a week. So, if you're a fan of creepy, scary, haunted and history stories, I believe I have it here. With all that said, sit back, relax, and stay away from those dark corners. Thank you. Here are the top 3 haunted places in Mississippi.
Number 3.
The McRaven House in Vicksburg, Mississippi, is often referred to as the most haunted house in the state due to its long history of tragic events and ghostly apparitions. The haunting history of McRaven House began in 1797, when the first portion of the house was built by highwayman Andrew Glass. Mr. Glass would rob people who were traveling on the Natchez Trace, then return to McRaven House with his loot to hide out. The haunting of the house began with his surprising death. In 1836, Sheriff Stephen Howard purchased the home for himself and his pregnant wife. But in August of that same year, his wife, Mary Elizabeth, died giving birth in the home's middle bedroom. She was only 15 years old. Many of Mary Elizabeth's personal belongings are still at McRaven House to this day, including her wedding shawl. Visitors have reported strange activity and have even seen her apparition appear in various rooms of the house. Later, the house was sold to John H. Bobb, who turned the McRaven House into a Confederate field hospital during the Civil War. Because it was located so close to the battles raging throughout the city, the home endured cannon blasts and served as a shelter for fallen soldiers. But in 1863, Bobb was fatally shot just 100 yards away from the home by a group of angry Union troops. After Bobb's death, William Murray and his family moved in, where 4 of them would eventually die inside the home. Until 1960, the 2 remaining Murray daughters, Ella and Annie, owned McRaven House. They let the house become overgrown and dilapidated. But the spirits of William Murray and the 2 sisters still hold on to the house and are often spotted haunting the grounds. Today, McRaven House is owned by Dr. and Mrs. Reed, who purchased the house in 2015 and reopened it to the public one. Visitors can step back in time and experience real ghost sightings before their very eyes during hour-long ghost tours at McRaven House.
Number 2.
Once upon a time, in the charming town of Natchez, Mississippi, there stood a historic establishment known as the King's Tavern. Nestled among the moss-draped oaks and cobblestone streets, the tavern had a rich history that dated back to the early 1700s. Though it was now a popular spot for locals and tourists alike, the King's Tavern harbored a chilling secret that whispered through its ancient walls. The story began centuries ago when the tavern was first established by Richard King, a prominent figure in Natchez's early history. Legend had it that King had a dark side, delving into the occult and practicing forbidden arts within the tavern's hidden chambers. Whispers of secret rituals and dealings with otherworldly forces spread throughout the town. As the years passed, the tavern changed hands, but the whispers of the supernatural endured. Locals claimed to hear mysterious footsteps echoing in the empty hallways, and some swore they witnessed flickering candlelight in rooms long abandoned. It was said that the spirits of those involved in the occult practices lingered, trapped in a realm between the living and the dead. The most haunted room in the King's Tavern was rumored to be the old wine cellar, where Richard King supposedly conducted his eerie experiments. Guests who dared to venture into the dimly lit space reported feeling an otherworldly presence, cold drafts, and strange shadows that danced along the walls. Some even claimed to have glimpsed apparitions dressed in 18th-century attire, their faces frozen in expressions of sorrow and despair. One particularly chilling tale recounted the experience of a young couple who decided to spend the night in the tavern's inn. Eager to explore the historical charm, they chose the room closest to the infamous wine cellar. As the night unfolded, they were startled awake by eerie whispers and the rattling of unseen chains. Terrified, they witnessed the ghostly figure of a woman, her eyes hollow and tormented, standing at the foot of their bed. The couple hastily checked out the next morning, vowing never to return. Over the years, the King's Tavern became a magnet for paranormal investigators and thrill seekers, each seeking to uncover the truth behind the haunted tales. Some claimed to capture unexplained voices on audio recordings, while others reported capturing ghostly apparitions in photographs. Whether one believed in the supernatural or dismissed the stories as mere folklore, the King's Tavern in Natchez remained a place where the past and present intertwined, leaving visitors to ponder the mysteries hidden within its haunted walls.
Number 1.
In the heart of Mississippi, just outside the town of Port Gibson, stands a haunting reminder of a bygone era, the Windsor Ruins. Once a grand antebellum mansion, the Windsor Plantation was the epitome of Southern splendor, towering over the landscape with its majestic columns and elegant architecture. However, tragedy struck on a fateful night, leaving behind only the haunting remains that have become synonymous with ghostly tales and supernatural lore. The year was 1861, and the winds of the Civil War were beginning to sweep across the southern states. The owner of Windsor Plantation, Smith Coffee Daniel II, had recently seen the completion of his opulent mansion. As fate would have it, the war disrupted the tranquility of the southern landscape, and the Daniel family, like many others, faced the harsh realities of conflict. Legend has it that one evening, as the war raged on, a group of Union soldiers approached Windsor Plantation. Intent on destroying the symbol of Southern wealth, they set fire to the mansion, reducing it to a smoldering heap of ruins. The flames consumed the grandeur of the estate, leaving only the haunting remnants of what was once a proud testament to the antebellum South. The Windsor ruins, with their Corinthian columns rising eerily against the sky, became a place of mystery and intrigue. Locals began to report strange occurrences around the ruins, attributing the phenomena to the restless spirits of the Daniel family and the slaves who had once toiled on the plantation. Whispers of ghostly apparitions and phantom footsteps began to circulate. Some claimed to have heard the distant sounds of a grand piano playing melancholic tunes, as if the echoes of a forgotten time lingered in the air. Others reported seeing flickering lights and shadows dancing among the ruins, adding to the mystique that surrounded the haunted site. The legend of the Windsor ruins continued to grow, attracting thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts from near and far. Despite its tragic history, the site became a magnet for those curious about the supernatural. Some believed that the spirits of the Daniel family and their slaves could not find peace, forever bound to the remnants of their former home. Whether it be the residual energy of the Civil War or the lingering memories of a once grand mansion, the Windsor ruins near Port Gibson became a place where the line between the living and the dead seemed to blur. As the sun sets over the haunting columns, casting long shadows across the worn bricks, the whispers of a tragic past echo through time, ensuring that the Windsor ruins remain eternally entwined with tales of the paranormal.
Thank you for watching, and if you guys like the video, please don't forget to hit that like button, and subscribe and comment down below. Thanks.